Hello, welcome back, my dear students of class 11th. Dear student, I am Rajendra Rai, your biology teacher, and going to teach the chapter 14, that is respiration in plants. So, students, as you know, that we all living being, or we human being, or any animal, eat food. For what purpose? For the purpose to get the energy. Why energy is required? Energy is required for growth, movement, reproduction, and even breathing, absorption, digestion. All these processes need energy. Means all the life processes need energy, and that is why energy is required. From where energy comes? Energy comes from the food that we eat. Okay. So the liberation of the energy in all living being is called respiration in general way. Dear student, do you think that animals are eating? Because animals are carnivores, herbivores, fungi are saprophytes. But do you think that plants are eater? Plant eats food? No, plants don't eat the food. In fact, plants are the autotroph. Plants are the autotrophs, and they manufacture their own food. They manufacture their own food. So how did they will be able to consume this food? Do they eat? No, they don't eat. They don't eat. They in fact they translocate the food. In fact, the food manufacturing takes place in the leaves where the chloroplasts are present. But all the parts like flower, root, stem, all the parts need food. So, reaching the food to that particular part is called translocation. So, plant transfer their manufactured food through the process of translocation. Translocation of food takes place wherever, whatever is required. So this is clear that plant don't eat, plant translocate their own food in the different parts of the plant body. Okay. Now let us see how does they get the energy. So my dear student, do you know that plants breathe? Plants sometimes breathe. Yes, the animals breathe. Fungi don't breathe, like fish don't breathe, but the plants sometimes breathe. If the oxygen concentration is less inside the plant body, then the oxygen will be diffused from the outside of the plant body through the diffusion. And if the oxygen is sufficient in the plant body, since plants are the manufacturer of the oxygen also, then they will consume their own oxygen. So see, what is the respiration now? Respiration can be defined as breathing, gaseous exchange, and cellular respiration in animals, in human itself. But in plants, this respiration can be defined as the breakdown of the breakdown the breakdown of carbon-carbon bond of a complex compound which is called respiratory substrate. This is called respiratory substrate. To to release the appropriate amount of energy, is called respiration. So the respiration in plants can be defined like this. So now the purpose is that respiratory substrate. What are the respiratory substrate, my dear students? The respiratory substrates are carbon compound like glucose, and the process of, as you know, the process of respiration, the general formula of the process of respiration is like this: C6H12O6 plus O2. How much O2? 6 O2. Going to break down of 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O plus energy. But my dear student, this oxidation takes place in different ways. This process of respiration takes place in different ways in plant body or in animal body. Like the respiration can be categorized, it can be categorized as glycolysis, aerobic glycolysis, then anaerobic, then aerobic respiration. Okay, so these three methods are there to release the energy from the plant body. My dear students, this glycolysis takes place in cytoplasm, and how does it takes place? It takes place like glucose molecule will get 2-phosphate glucose molecule will get 2-phosphate in two ways, like this: glucose C6. So it will get ADP plus P, and this P will get, it will be glucose it will be glucose 6 phosphate. It will be glucose 6 phosphate. This phosphate will add into it and it will release glucose 6 phosphate. This glucose 6 phosphate automatically converted into fructose 6 phosphate, since that is the plant body. Fructose 6 phosphate. Fructose 6 phosphate means means 6C. Okay, and this fructose 6 phosphate, when it get one phosphate again, when it get one phosphate again an ATP molecule will break at ADP plus P. So this will add to it, then fructose biphosphate will be there. Fructose biphosphate will be there, and later on it get converted into triose phosphate. Later on converted to triose phosphate. Okay, and furthermore, this triose phosphate, when it will be converted into triose biphosphate by the NADH, by the NAD plus, it get converted to NADH plus HI, means this is the nicotinamide adenine dihydrogenase. It convert this triose phosphate into triose biphosphate, it convert into triose biphosphate. Then this triose biphosphate furthermore lose one phosphate molecule, means ADP, it will get, then it will convert into ATP, and it will be triose, it will be further triose phosphate. तो एक बार बाइफॉस्फेट बनना, एक बार फिर से ट्रायोस phosphate बनेगा, and once again the release of means 3-phosphoglyceric acid, and it will be converted into 3-phosphoglycerate. 3-phosphoglycerate. Later on, again ADP plus P, then ATP will be there, and this 3-phosphoglycerate, it come back to phosphoenol pyruvate to 2-phosphophenol. It will be not this. It will be H2O. When H2O will be there, then 2-phosphophenol glycerate. 2-phosphophenol pyruvate. Not glycerate, it will be pyruvate. It will be pyruvate. Then again, this will be, it will get one phosphate molecule and it will lose one phosphate molecule, ADP plus P, then ATP will be formed and it will be converted into pyruvic acid, 2-pyruvic acid. So the formation of 2-pyruvic acid and 2-pyruvate is the conversion of glucose into the pyruvate. Here one molecule of carbon, one glucose, that get converted into the 2 molecule of pyruvic acid in the glycolysis, and the process is this. My dear student, come to next, that is the fermentation. What does it mean into the anaerobic respiration? See, anaerobic respiration, this pyruvic acid further means this process occurs in all the cells, whether they are fungi cells, animal cells or plant cells. But in fungi, nicotinamide adenine dihydrogenase will get one hydrogen ion and it hydrogenates this pyruvic acid and formation of ethanol. This one. NADH plus H on NAD positive. Then the conversion of this into C2H5OH ethanol plus CO2 plus energy. So this is the anaerobic respiration. And my dear student, we will go through the next video for the aerobic respiration where the oxygen is required. My dear student, this glycolysis itself produces 8 ATP that will be utilized in different processes in the respiration itself. But as a result of the fermentation, as an anaerobic respiration, this is the fermentation, and aerobic respiration, it will be reduced to up to the 2 ATP only. So energy will be consumed, energy will be reduced. But the aerobic respiration need oxygen, and it takes place into the mitochondria, which is the site for the oxidation of this pyruvic acid further. So my dear student, you will see detail of the oxidation process in Krebs cycle and detail in the next video where the oxygen is required, as well as the electron transport system which is required to maintain this TCA cycle or Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle. Different names are there of this cycle. So my dear student, I hope that this video is enough to teach you about the respiration in plants. Respiration, the mode was glycolysis and anaerobic, Anaerobic means the formation of ethanol, and this anaerobic respiration takes place in fungi like yeast. That is very useful into the bakery industry and into the alcohol industry. So my dear student, till the next video, I would like to end this video. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you.